Yeah, how was shy about to go kill manga. Precepts busting like a chopper. The way he got cut up, he gon' need.
All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Do so in the name of his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai. We have the SICARII of the San Francisco chapter. We come out week in and week out to preach peace, prosperity, and the salvation to the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the children of Israel. Right? So we just had an incident going on, you know, amongst tribes, you know. So, you know, we gotta, and we just gotta have an evil eye, man. We have an evil eye towards one another, and we gotta cut it out, because, you know, it's not doing anything but you know, keeping the white man in power.
Right.
Right. The more we fight amongst each other, you know, whether it be in tribe or in the nation, right? See, that's what we need to do, man. We need to be making up, man. We don't need to be fighting each other.
Right.
But yeah, man, I just wanted to talk about, man, the issues that we have with one another as a people, man. Go ahead and bring that out.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
Right. So we are a tender and delicate people, man. Right. We love each other so much, man. You can't, man. It's crazy how many brothers will say they die for one another, man. You know, I die for you, man. I kill for you. I do anything for you, man. We gotta have that. We gotta have that mentality with every single last brother, man.
Right.
If you black or Latino, that's how we gotta treat each other, man. Right. Just because you from this block, just because you wearing these colors, man, it ain't got nothing to do with that. Man, if you black or Latino, we gotta love each other.
Right.
Cause when you look at it, man, clearly nobody else is out here loving us, man.
Come. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
Right, man. So, like, you see that, man? With all the love that we have for one another, man, out here, while we out here in America, man, we got evil eyes towards one another, right? The love that I have for this brother isn't the same love that I have for the next brother, because I don't know him, right? Because I've never seen him on my block, right? Because he's wearing the wrong colors, man. We got to cut this out, man.
Come. And toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Right, so we talking about, not only are you hating your own brother, man, you hating your entire family, right? You hating, as they would call it today, your baby mama and your children, man. That's not, man, that is dysfunction in the house, man. You can't raise stable children like that, right? How's your wife supposed to feel when you leave her, right? She pregnant and you just leave her, right? It don't make any sense, man. You got precept.
Okay. Matthew 18, verse 21 through 22. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? Till 7 times?
Right, man? How many times are we supposed to forgive our brother, right? Right? Our brother keep doing the same thing, man. Every time I forgive him, man, I'm getting tired of it. How many times am I supposed to forgive him? Right? You know, he constantly, man, every time he come in my house, the first thing he do is open my refrigerator, man. How many times am I supposed to forgive him for that? Right? We already know, man, we know in America, man, food is scarce. Man, you can't, man, and it's disrespectful to come in a man's house and just open up his refrigerator, especially without asking. But how many times am I supposed to forgive him, man?
Come. Yahweh saith unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
Right? 70 times 7, man. You're supposed to always forgive your brother. Right? If anything, man, to make it simple, so you ain't even got to forgive him, man, just give him access to your fridge. You hungry, man, then go ahead, have at it, man. It's yours, right? You need to borrow something, man, don't even worry about it, man. Just have at it, man. You shouldn't even have to ask, bro. So we ain't got to forgive one another, man. But if that comes up, man, we should forgive each other. Every time, anytime, and always. Especially if they trying to do better, we should forgive them, man.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 7, verse 5. Trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom.
Now, granted, you know, at this time, man, we was good. We was actually, man, I mean, it works to this day, man. You know, we got trust issues, man. We was in captivity then. We had trust issues, right? Because you didn't know who was going to tell. Right now, we got trust issues. Granted, it's a little different, but I mean, you know, it's still applicable. You don't know who's going to tell. You don't know who's looking out, who's got that evil eye towards you, right? Man, we got trust issues, man. And a lot of times, man, you know, I say a lot of the curses that we going through, man, are self-perpetuating, man. A lot of the curses, man, we just don't have to live through, right? We just don't have to live through. Like, there's nothing saying, there's nothing forcing us to be evil towards one another, right? There's nothing forcing us to leave our wives and children, right? There are some curses, man, that we can just absolutely just get rid of, man. We can leave it out of the community. We don't need to perpetuate it, right? But I mean, you know, we got these trust issues, man. So we got to fix that.
We get 1 John 3 and 16.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 11, verse 21. Then came ungodly persons who hated their own people.
Right, deep, man. Our brothers, man, the brothers that hate each other. You say you got a question, brother? Yeah, go ahead.
Is it Sunset Friday to Sunset Saturday? Or, you know, that's where I'm you know, because I'm seeing on Saturdays that, you know, a lot of people that's into the word.
Right.
It's on Saturday that they're doing it.
Okay.
But I'm also then read that back in them times, it was sunset to sunset, Friday to Saturday.
Well, okay. So you're aware that at the very least it starts at sunset, though.
Right.
Right. So you're aware that the day starts, right?
Right.
So what we do in this organization, man, we have our calendars by the moon, right? So the moon dictates the month, and the month is and dictates the Sabbath, right? So when the moon comes in as a new moon, right? When it's dark, that's the first day of the month, right? So it starts as a Sabbath. You got it?
This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
Right, so you see the moon, so
the night is really the new day?
Yeah, because you know, because when you
They
think,
just flip.
yeah, because when you think about it, you know, the day is when the sun's out, right? So when the day ends, what do you think that's considered? It's the next day, right? Yeah, right. So it's the next day.
I was gonna say, what made me easier for me to like realize that too is that even like when you think about it in our time, like right now, right? 12 a.m. starts at nighttime, so that a new day starts at night. So it even shows you like that in our time. It correlates with the Bible. A new day always starts at night. You know, when the moon stuff's out.
Sunset to sunset.
Yeah, sunset. Yeah, that's when the moon starts coming out.
Give me 1 Samuel 20.
Okay.
See, because I need to learn the holy days. You know, Passover, still on shit on that, the Feast of Tabernacles. You know, that's where I need edification, man.
1 Samuel 20 and start at 5.
So December is nothing at all, right? There's no holy day in December. Like what they were saying.
We got a memorial coming right now, which is tonight. Hanukkah. Yeah, but is it found in the Torah? No, it's just a holiday that we keep in remembrance to the rededication of the temple.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 20, verse 1. And David fled from Naioth and Ramah and came and said before Jonathan, what have I done? What is mine iniquity, and what is my sin before thy father?
So this is when Saul, when he was fleeing from the king, right? You know that whole story, right? Read.
Verse 2. And he said unto him, God forbid, thou shalt not die. Behold, my father will do nothing.
Jonathan and David, they loved each other. It says in the Bible that David loved Jonathan as he loved his own soul, right? Read.
Either great or small, but that he will show it me. And why should my father hide this thing from me? It is not so. Verse 3. And David.
So basically he's saying, don't trip, my father is not going to do nothing to you. Why should he hide this from me, right? Read.
And David sware, moreover, and said, Thy father certainly knoweth that I have found grace in thine eyes. And he saith,
Saying, your father already knows that you love me too, man. Your father knows our relationship, that we love each other as one. Read.
and he saith, Let not Jonathan know this, lest he be grieved. But truly, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, there is but a step between me and death.
So he's saying, he was saying, maybe he's keeping it away from you because he doesn't want to vex you, right? He's saying maybe he wants to kill me, but he doesn't want to tell you because you're his son. He doesn't want to vex your soul, right? I understand that one step away, I'm one step away from death in this situation, right? Read.
Then said Jonathan unto David, Whatsoever thy soul desireth, I will even do it for thee.
He said, man, don't trip, man. Whatever you need, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. Read.
And David said unto Jonathan, Behold, tomorrow is the new moon.
He said, whoa, read that again. Put a pin in that. Read.
And David said unto Jonathan, Behold, tomorrow is the new moon.
He said, tomorrow is the new moon. Read.
And I should not fail to sit with the king at meat.
So he goes, tomorrow's a new moon, and I can't fail to sit at his table to feast, right? Because the new moon is looked as a Sabbath, right? That's how we count our times. Read.
But let me go, that I may hide myself in the fields until the third day at even.
Okay, remember that. He said, let me go hide in the field until the third day. Read.
Verse 6, If thy father at all miss me, then say, David earnestly asked leave of me, that he might run to Bethlehem, his city, for there is a yearly sacrifice there for all the family.
Keep reading.
If he say thus, it is well, thy servant shall have peace. But if he be very wroth, then be sure that evil is determined by him.
So he's saying, tell Pops that every year it's customary to me to go back to my city because there's a sacrifice being done there, right? If he's okay with it, it's all good. But if he's upset and mad about it, read.
Therefore thou shalt deal kindly with thy servant, for thou hast brought thy servant into a covenant of the Lord with thee. Notwithstanding, if there be in me iniquity, slay me thyself. For why shouldest thou bring me to thy father? And Jonathan said, Far be it from thee. For if I knew certainly that evil were determined by my father to come upon thee, then would not I tell it thee. Then said David to Jonathan, Who shall tell me? Or what if thy father answer thee roughly? And Jonathan said unto David, Come and let us go out into the field. And they went out both of them into the field. And Jonathan said unto David, O Lord God of Israel, when I have sound my father about tomorrow any time, or the third day, and behold, if there be good toward David and I, then send not unto thee, and show it thee. Keep going. Con.
Shoot down 16.
Okay, con. 13. The Lord. Oh, con. Verse 16, So Jonathan made a covenant with the house of David, saying, Let the Lord even require it at the hand of David's enemies. And Jonathan caused David to swear again, because he loved him, for he loved him as he loved his own soul. Then Jonathan said to David, Tomorrow is the new moon, and thou shalt be missed, because thy seat will be empty. Verse 19, And when thou hast stayed 3 days, then thou shalt go down quickly and come to the place where thou didst hide thyself, when the business was in hand, and shalt remain by the stone. Stone is out. Come on. In verse 20, And I will shoot 3 arrows on the side thereof, as though I shot at mark. And behold, I will send a lad, saying, Go, find out the arrows. If I expressly say unto the lad, Behold, the arrows are on the side of thee, take them. Then come thou, for there is peace to thee.
So basically, this is the whole thing, right? That this whole point right here that we're hammering in, that we count our days by the new moon, right? So he's saying after the third day that I will send this message to you while you're hiding in the fields by shooting these arrows, right? And I will send out my servant to go pick out those arrows. So that's how we count our days, right? From the new moon. What do you got? Read.
The book of Amos chapter 8 verse 5, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn, and the Sabbath, that we may set forth wheat, making the ephah small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit.
So the new moon, it's by the new moon. You understand what I'm saying? So the new moon, the new moon comes in. That's the Sabbath. 7 days. We count our days right there because we seen that as an example. We count from the Sabbath. So it's 7 days, and then the Sabbath. 7 days, and then the Sabbath. So say the new moon comes in Wednesday at sunset. So Wednesday sunset, and it goes to Thursday sunset, right? And then the next new moon we reset it, right? And then it will be again the whole cycle again with the new moons, right? Because listen, this whole situation about Friday and Saturday, right? There's a lot of people that do it. If they do it, just go on and say that you're doing it because it's easier, right? But don't say that that's according to the Bible, right? You know what I mean? But we see that it's through in the Bible, it's through the new moons. Okay? What do you got? Read.
Man, just coming into this,
Yeah,
we get so destroyed. We don't know.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 43, verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in her seasons for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is a sign of feasts, a light that decreaseth in her perfection.
So the moon is a sign of feasts. We already seen the lists of feasts. The very first one that said is the Sabbath, right? Read.
Verse 8, the month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing.
Increasing wonderfully in her changes. So it's basically dim, right? And then it goes a little brighter, and then it wanes. It waxes and it wanes. Read.
Being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. I think that's it.
That's it. That's it. Okay, let me see. That's it. Yeah, so do you understand them?
I'm getting much better.
Con. So, all right.
You really explain where now I know more than how I've been doing it.
Con.